Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our Warptorio series with upgrading more power. It's still lacking a small amount, and I think just keeping adding solar is enough for now if we don't expand too fast, since most of this is actually running at a rather good pace. So what I want to do is, we almost have worker robot cargo size 2 done. So we should probably start to get some warp harvester platforms and go towards the boiler room. If you look at the boiler room, we should have a few upgrades left. We just need to get the nuclear reprocessing. And then we can start to upgrade the boiler room size a small bit, adding hopefully a ton more room and giving us room for more solar panels down there. I think that will be somewhat good and help us out a lot. Another thing that I have been noticing, and you guys have been commenting it as well, that is the situation we have with our iron. It is starting to go up now, but one of the main reasoning for it being as it is that we're storing a ton of oil at the moment. Storing this much might actually be a bit of an issue. We're storing more than 5k, so we have about 15 chests, 10-15 chests. So what we could do is limit this one to say you'll only put in barrels if there's less than, as I said, to 5k for now, less than 5k barrels in the system. That way we will finally start using this many barrels to pump oil into our base. I think it's rather overkill at this point in time. So let's try and limit it for a little while. I think this many is more than enough for now, because we are building up quite a bit of storage. Other than that, let's just look at our little upgrades here. I should be able to take this and upgrade the rest of them to tier 3 and get 20% productivity in all the labs. Shouldn't take that long to get done. So now that is working, our iron and copper is probably sorted, as well as a stone. We can start to look at what's holding up our base. One of them seems to be a lack of what's it called? Gears. So let's just throw in a bit more and see if that can't increase the production and eliminate some of the what's called bottlenecks we have at this point in time. We could throw down some accumulators up top. Not really necessary, since we can't even fill up our platform stairs. So I really just want to get the boiler room done, so we can start to expand down and add in more solar panels. Could add a few more up top just for now, at least until we'll have to remove them. So let's put it right there is fine. Let's just go down a bit here and fill in some more, if we don't want this for smelting, that is, because if you look over here, we are starting to fill up our chest quite a lot. Not a complaint, it's just an observation I've done, which is quite nice. And yeah, we should be able to just do a few more, just to have room for whatever we are flying in from outside. So let's go grab some solar panels. We should have quite a bit stored up. Here's 77. Let's just throw that into the system, and they should sort themselves out, giving us more and more power. We just do one here, and let's do one more down here. There we go. That will give us a small amount of those. Huh. Why didn't they get... Oh, there you go. They just got added there. And now we have quite a bit more storing solar. and buffering up our little platform. The next thing, oh, I didn't want to go up here, we can just leave that, is we'll have to probably go out and clear out a few biters, or just use our stabilize to clear a bit more pollution, so we don't have to worry about the biters for a little while again, and can focus on getting all this delicious resources inside, which actually is flowing quite well. So let's just... oh, iron is still lacking a bit. I kind of thought we had it under control, but we might be missing areas for smelting. That could actually be the biggest issue we have. So maybe we can put in a column right here just to help this out a bit, since we are filling up, if you look here on our production, a bit more than we can handle. And we do have quite a bit stored up, to be honest. So let's just see, can we clear this one out without disconnecting everything? Seems so. So let's just do this. Take you, place you down up here somewhere. I think right here will be fine. Just to get a bit more up and running and done. And the only thing we're missing is a lot of inserters. Oh, and they need to be inside logistic range. That's of course very easy to fix, luckily. There we go. Then we just need to grab those inserters and smelters. Oh, just stacked over here. Here are some. And we should have a bit more over here. And some inserters, can they keep up? Where did I move my inserters? They should be somewhere around here. Oh, it's up here. I was like, am I blind? Did I move it somewhere completely irrational? But it doesn't look like it. Let's add one more of these, just to get a bit more production up and running. Because if you look at science, it looks like our green science is our biggest bottleneck at the moment. So adding more of those is always good. And now we're pretty much just using quite a bit, and hopefully things start to build up. So what's going on down here? That's going fine as well. And everything is looking quite good. I'm just going to move these two. They are in the way, annoying me a bit. And up here we can now just place the rest of this down. There we are. That should make sure that we're processing a lot more of the resources now and getting a quite bit more downstairs. So resources flowing in, nice steady pace, consuming almost 4k a minute and producing 3k, but we are getting the ore in, so hopefully that will stabilize in the next few minutes. Iron plates, 3.4k consumption, about the same. So hopefully that means that we have leveled out now and these are starting to fill up. Missing heavy oil barrels. That seems rather strange. These are working as fast as they can. These are not working, so we actually are missing heavy oil barrels. Who would have thought that? Especially not me. That should probably mean that we should add even more of these in. We can move these a bit. We can actually move all of this. Let's just... oh, let's move it somewhere else where it's not in the way. Then move this somewhere it's not in the way. It doesn't really take that much, but that means we can expand this all the way down here. And that would actually be very nice. So let's just put it up here for now. Can I move this without having to... can probably just copy the blueprint, to be honest. take this blueprint, remove that one, and let's just place it down up here somewhere. Let's just say right here for now. That means we can deconstruct whatever we have over here. Take you away, this away. Oh, inventory full again. I need to turn this off so I don't do this every time. It's getting a bit annoying that I keep filling up my inventory with junk. But that means we can move this one to a better place. Let's just move it to right here for now. And then we have to move this one just a bit to the side. So somewhere like right here for now will fit. Oh, power. That's not good. Yeah. And then we should be able to expand this down way more. So what is a good way to do this? If we do a blueprint, a blueprint of this part. We can actually do this many. That should be fine. And now we have that, oh, did not mean to turn you. And now we have that stored in here. That means if you deconstruct this part and just expand this down as much as you can. Here is one expansion. Let's see if we can take a few at a time this time. There we go. And let's take as much as we can this time as well and make a nice big oil setup. And then take this one and add this onto the ends so we can have all the output we need, just like that. Have to move that one, of course, but doing that should be fine. And let's see how this looks when all hooks up. Looks like something might be misaligned, or at least not connected up right here. Which is a bit strange, because everything was connected up before. Can I remove you? Ah, that can be removed. So that seems to be working just dandy. And there we just got our boiler room. One thing we'll most definitely have to go and set up. Let's just get one of these down. Oh, you, sorry. Get, where's at? This, no. That one. Right here. Then we need to get this one to make some refineries. Because that is kind of what we're missing at the moment to get this off the ground. Steel is still kind of trying to catch up. Wow, we're getting a ton in from up top. Not enough, but at least more in. So this should build itself now. Hopefully make this run a lot better and a lot faster. So let's go down and see power. Power is fine, but let's just go down and fix our boiler room. Adding more to it. And see how big it got even. Got quite a bit bigger. Not that, what's it called? This one has increased at all. It is a bit sad that it hasn't made it any bigger. But what can you do? So let's move you down to the corner. Luckily we can do that with almost no consecration. With almost no issues. Right here, and how about down south? Does it reach? Doesn't, but it should do if I do it right there. I need to change this up a bit. Please go to here. Here. This one can't reach really. Fit right there. Then one here to the south. Just to make it look somewhat good. At least for a few minutes until this will have to be moved again. So let's copy this one over and fill up the rest of these. We just have to put down some construction robots again. Here's those. Here's a chest with some of those in. And then we'll just kind of move everything around. I am a bit afraid though that as soon as this one is done, we'll have to do this one more time. So I might just hold off a bit on this and just expand the top one. Down to like there. Ooh, that is misaligned horribly. But look at that, that is looking good. We just lack quite a bit of solar panels. Oh, this is such a mess, but it's working. Things are flowing up top into our system. I'm actually quite surprised that we have enough things to keep this running. Even with the amount of steel we are producing at the moment. So, is any solar panels left up here? No. We just need to wait for them to produce slow and steady. Since this will almost be done, what should we continue with? This one goes into these gigantic ones, or giga floors, so that's not really an issue or something you can craft yet. That one is super cheap. Let's just get you away, just because you cost almost nothing. And what else can we get out the way? This one could be good, it's somewhat cheap. Could also go just directly for the rocket silo, because we have most of this stored up. And I don't know if we have any... Oh wait, never mind, I want to get these two. The harvest platforms. And see how big we can make them. Because we do need to get the iron in as much as possible. So that might actually be better to get first. And in here everything is just chugging along nicely. Circuits has built up. It's still the oil that's lacking behind. But hopefully this will help it out. Making sure that it will produce enough. Does take quite a while to get enough steel for these, but luckily the last one is being produced now. It's gonna go over here, fill this in, and then these are working as fast as they can. That is actually looking quite good. Might want to activate this one again, just to get things up and running. Do we have that many petroleum barrels? Oh, it's just because we're missing other things, and this will actually take out more heavy oil than it produces. So we'll just kind of leave it like this for now. And then see if this can't get up and running. Could add more steel production, but I actually think this is fine. Might actually be an issue that we're producing this many low density structures, because we have like a ton of places producing them. Might want to give this a bit more then, so we have as many of each, even though it might tax our system a bit. So let's get those, and then let's finally get this one done. I think that will be very nice to get our rocket research up and running. That also means that we should be able to set up our concrete production. We have nowhere water is flowing freely. We have it up here a small amount, so we could actually set it up here. Just taking from right here. So let's see. To be honest, we could fit in right here the concrete production. Let's try, just so we don't take too much space from other things. Or over here. Let's just try it right here for now. Or concrete. Oh, we're making things modular. Let's do it up here instead. Right here. So let's do 1, 2. I think this might be overkill, but yeah, let's just try and set it up. Oh, we need iron ore for that. That's actually one thing I had forgotten. Do we have any iron ore down here? Small amount. We can go up top and just steal a bit. Don't think that'll be an issue to do. Thank God I hadn't spent it all yet, because that would have been quite annoying if we had. There we go. That is concrete production up and running, and I don't know if this is too much, but let's just keep it running and produce a ton of concrete. Don't think we can have too much concrete. This is looking fine. Everything's actually running just like we wanted. Rails are lacking behind again. Is that just because we don't have that many producing them? Nope, that is the steel. So steel should be the next thing we look at. But since our iron can't really support it, I'd rather wait a small amount, or a little bit. Yeah, this is fine. It's only going up to 5k, so that should be good. Wow, we have a ton of things stored in these. There we go. That was the next boiler room floor. So that means we should probably go down there and fix it now. Ooh. How many solar panels do we have? Quite a bit. Do we need the power? We don't really need the power, but yeah, let's just set it up anyway. Or to be honest, let's just limit this. This is taking quite a bit of iron in the form of steel. And our system can't really handle that. So look at that. This covers most of this area. So what should we do here in the middle? I don't really have the Corex enrichment process yet, so I can't make nuclear fuel. But we should be able to sometime in the future, and as soon as we get that, it should be much better to manage. But since we aren't really missing anything, it's not really that big of a problem. Oh, we're missing chemical science. Is that because we don't have enough producing it? Is that the only reason for these to be lacking? Seems so. So we'll just leave these be for now. Military. Fine, fine. So it's pretty much just lack of steel. This is pretty much just lack of speed. That's holding us up. So could we add another input for a lot of these sciences? Can we move this one to somewhere else? Or could we set this up a bit better over here? So once we do the easy one for now and just make some down here in the corner. Turning it this way might be better. Or we can leave it in case you want things to go in. So let's set up 3 of these. To be honest, we could have used this for going into the base. I had completely forgotten about that. So that would actually have been a viable solution. Other than us not having enough. Or having to send it somewhere else when it got into here. That is kind of the only issue. But there we go. That is that. For these, we should have all the ingredients we need. We should have all that made. For the satellites, we should also have most of this stored up already. Need to make a few more accumulators, so we can actually just do this to get it done. So we have all the things we need to get a rocket launch up and running. And that is actually quite nice. I cannot complain about that at all. But what is going on over here? You're not full. Oh, you're full of light oil. But the petroleum is not working because we do have petroleum stored as well. That's what limiting this one. So hopefully that doesn't mean that we're missing something important somewhere. And to be honest, we could kind of tear this down for now. And put in something else. Not quite sure what, but we could. If we wanted to. So let's see here. To be honest, let's wait with these two because we are limiting on chemical science. And this one has 60 seconds instead. That means we can more easily cope with it running at full speed. At least until we get the last thing we miss. It's mostly just all this is running. That is exactly what I want to see. And our rocket silo research is finally taking off. No pun intended. But we did get some anyway. So let's fix our steel. That seems to be one of our limiting factors. Because as long as iron is flowing fine, that shouldn't be that much of an issue. We are getting everything in we can from over there. But it doesn't feel like it's enough. To be honest, if we go up here and add a rubber port, then we might be able to get in more iron. Yeah, let's give that a try. Or it doesn't even have to be a rubber port. We can just kind of set up more smelting. Oh, not smelting, but more items coming in. So iron over here. That is exactly what I want to see. So let's go up here. And since we can stay, we can actually do this. Please remove these. Let's add... We have 2 belts in, so that should just solve itself by doing that for some of it. And then we just kind of need to say, all of you go up top. So you go that way, and you go that way. And that is fine. And then we can actually do a lot more in now. Should we do a complete robot production for this instead? So set it on the side, get robots to fly it in. Let's actually try that. Just to try a completely different build than what we normally do. So let's try and deconstruct all of this and make something new. Hopefully I don't run into any mistakes by doing this. Please take all of that as well. And then let's pick this one up and place it down, let's just say out here. So let's see here. Oh, over here, because this is the left one. I think so at least. Please deconstruct you. Lift platform, we'll have inputs right there. And then we can actually just do this. What if we set up one rubber port in the corner to use as the input one? Or right here, then we have one that can serve as the main hub. Then we'll add some turrets to it as well. In some good orientation, something like this. Have 2. Oh, a few requested chests. So 1, 2, 3. A few inserters. You'll request piercing ammo. Let's just say 10 in each. create some buffer chests as well. So if we put some inside the factory, we can always fill all of it up. Don't know if 10 is enough. Let's take it to just 50. Then that should be enough. And then a power pole right there. Then we'll take this to each corner. There we go. And then we'll pretty much put down our buffer chest right here. For that sole reason that if we have a buffer chest here. And some power for those. To be honest, we can actually remove these and do this instead. I think that would look a bit better. Doing it here. Look at that. Look at that. Then give you some ammo right here. And some robots. 2's not really that many. And then we can actually craft a really good setup for items to be pulled in. So if we do this, both sides, in, and then we just kind of hook up the rest of this with belts. So what if we just do something like this? Give it some power poles, the standard, something like this. Same on the opposite sides, right here. And then just copy paste this around a few times. Of course, remember the belts first. There we go. Bit out in both sides so they can connect up easily. Take a blueprint of this one. Bit overkill, but it should be fine. There we go. And then just do a nice, easy connect up. Down this way. Could probably have done the merge somewhere else, but I think this will work for what we need. Right here. So have that flowing in. And it's all connected up. It's all working. As soon as we just add a few more things. Then we can always pick all of this up in case that is what we need. Let's just split this one off. Upwards to up top. But in case you are full, I have to move back one. Top, but if you're full, then you can send some down here to the bottom. And hook this up somewhere, or some easy way at least. Here I think will be the best way to do it. Like that, and you input from the bottom, oh no, from the left first. So that way we should get 2 full belts in, or somewhat full belts in at least. And yeah, that is gonna look quite good. Now just to put down a bit of defense, we should probably use lasers out here. I think that would be the best defense we could have. But since I don't have any of that, we might just have to stay with this. And imagine if we have artillery on this. Wherever we place it down, death from above would just rain down. That could be quite awesome. So now that that is set up, we should be able to take just a small amount. Let's take it from up here as well. Down to this floor, put it in a storage chest. And then we'll be able to, whenever we warp, to get it back inside, fill up with ammo, and then be ready to go in the next world. I think that is a very, very good solution. Now I just kind of need to... Oh, they're probably attacking robots flying by themselves outside. don't we have any of the gun turrets? They are somewhere, it seems. And ammo we can just kind of steal from up here. Some small amounts. Then we have to go and save our robots out here. But I think that will be something. I'll save these for now. And then we'll kind of have to see if we can't sort out where these spiders are coming from next episode. Clear them out. And set up the rest of the base. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe. I know from my analytics that about 26% of you are subscribed, which is actually not that bad, but we can do better, guys. We can do a lot better. So thank you so much for watching. I've been Dgray, and I'll see you next episode. Bye, guys.